Hi, Paul here from Paul Kenny Training and the First Aid Garage. I've got a really important safety message for you today. This is an urgent one, especially if you work in a school, a nursery, or any childcare setting. We're talking about a critical government warning, and it's about the very first aid supplies we all rely on to keep kids safe.
So I've got to ask you a direct question. Is your first aid kit actually safe? Whether you're in charge of a classroom of kids or just thinking about the one under your sink at home, can you be 100% sure? By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly what to look out for.
So here's the bottom line. UK health authorities have found that certain first aid supplies are contaminated. I know, it's shocking. The very thing we use to prevent infection could actually be causing.
Okay, let's dive into the details of this official alert. This isn't just a rumor flying around. This is a serious warning coming directly from the UK Health Security Agency and the MHRA. They've actually tracked a real-world outbreak of infections back to a very specific source. The culprit is a bacteria with a pretty long name, Burkholder Durleia stabilis. Now, for most of us, walking around healthy, it's not a major threat. But, and this is a big but, the danger skyrockets for people with weaker immune systems. Or, and this is the key point for first aid, when you wipe it directly into an open cut or a scrape.
Okay, this is the most crucial part. You need to check your kits right now. For these 4 specific brands, take a good look at the screen. We're talking about specific batches of alcohol-free wipes from ValueAid, Microsafe, Steriplast, and ReliWipe. I'm serious. If you can, pause this right now and go check your first aid box. It's that important.
And look, this isn't just some theoretical risk. 51. That's the number of confirmed cases right here in the UK that are linked to this outbreak. These are real people with real infections, some bad enough to need hospital care, all because of a simple wipe.
This really just gets to the heart of the whole problem, doesn't it? Just picture it. A child takes a tumble in the playground, gets a scraped knee. You do the right thing. You grab a first aid kit, you pull out a wipe to clean it up, but if it's one of these contaminated wipes, you're literally wiping dangerous bacteria right into their bloodstream. The very thing you're doing to help could cause the harm.
All right, so we know what the problem is. Now let's talk about the fix. And the good news is, the official advice is a really simple 3-step safety check that you can and should do immediately.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, check your kits for those 4 brands we just showed you. Second, if you find any, dispose of them. Just throw them out in your normal bin. And third, this is the golden rule moving forward. Replace them with wipes that are very clearly marked on the packet as sterile.
You know, this whole recall shines a huge spotlight on a much bigger lesson for anyone who handles first aid, whether it's for a whole nursery or just the kit in your car. So let's get crystal clear on the difference between sterile and non-sterile. It's a game changer.
This is so important. Just look at this. Sterile wipes are made to be totally free of germs. They're the only thing you should be using on open wounds. I'm talking cuts, grazes, anything at all where the skin is broken. Non-sterile wipes, they're for cleaning hands or surfaces. They are absolutely not for cleaning wounds. Never, ever.
And don't just take my word for it. This is coming straight from the top. Dr. Allison Cave, who's the Chief Safety Officer at the MHRA, said it perfectly. Check the label and only use wipes marked as sterile on broken skin. That's it. That's the rule.
Okay, let's pull all this together into a really simple checklist. Think of this as your new gold standard for making sure your first aid is always safe, always effective, especially when you're looking after kids. Here are your key takeaways. First, from now on, only stock sterile wipes for dealing with wounds. Second, get in the habit of checking that the packaging isn't ripped or open. If that seal's broken, it's not sterile anymore. Third, check the expiry dates on everything, plasters, bandages, the lot. And finally, if it's out of date or damaged, get rid of it. A tidy, up-to-date kit is a safe kit.
So we've dealt with the wipes, we know exactly what to look for, but you know, an incident like this is a huge wake-up call, isn't it? It reminds us to be proactive about safety, not just waiting for something to go wrong. And it really begs a bigger question. What else in your safety protocol could use a second look? What are you going to check next?